Nathan B. Stubblefield of Murray, Kentucky, like Mark Twain of Missouri, wanted to be a household word. Do you know something? To this day, there's not one product bearing his name, no place on the map, not a Stubblefield Institute nor university, or even a passing mention of him in the traditional history book.
Nathan B. Stubblefield's effect on society is so overreaching that we're just catching up to his wired, wireless telephone and coil antenna concept. His was the genius that transforms sounds into floating electrons that streams through the Ethernet. He was the genius that gave birth to the wireless telephone. It's a story so compelling, so American, that it seems to be the stuff that fits right into a Disney movie. His father was an educator, attorney, and captain in the Confederate Army. And like so many other American inventors, such as Edison, Franklin, the Wright brothers, he sprang from the most obscure beginnings without formal training.
Nathan was an American original, smart, idealistic, undaunted by obstacles, and so sure of himself that nothing was impossible. Others of like spirit gladly risked everything they owned in his knowledge of science. So it was Troy he selected to deal with the unavoidable showdown that was going to take place with some of the officials and educators in Murray, Kentucky. The trunk you're about to see contains the secret documents that led the smart daft boys into the trap of complete defenselessness.
The first time that this trunk has been opened to the public will be done today.
In order to find a will, which I knew that he had written some several years ago. And in this will, he asked that I see that Troy get the contents of this particular trunk. So this is why Troy is here today.
Now, Troy, when we say Bernard and Nathan Stubblefield, some people might not know who we're talking about. Now, let's say something about who you
The South has a strange free enterprise system. It's free to get in and not so free to get out. The price I was about to pay was, if I would agree to be the spokesman for the smart daft boys to help clear their names from the shenanigans pulled by the inventors of radio and their stock promoters, I was more or less promised I could go back to my grandfather's old Kentucky home that would be free and clear from debt. So I took the bait.
In Murray, Kentucky, right where the campus is established today. In fact, it's the University
As a young
of
boy,
Kentucky now, I think.
Nathan's heroes were electronics educators like Edwin J. Houston, Dolbear, and his father, Captain Billy. After receiving his patent for the electric ground transmitter in 1892, Frederick Collins, Abraham White, and the inventor from Yugoslavia, Nikola Tesla, became his friends and promotional advisors.
See,
This,
some checks here.
Well, they're blank checks.
Stubblefield. This is my father, who's Jack Stubblefield. This is Nathan. And this is Victoria, who died 2 years,
That is some of the
4
other
years
things.
ago, didn't she?
That was
Here's one thing that's in particular. It is written by his father back in 1892. It's a true statement of money that he spent on one of his trips to Washington trying to secure his patent.
Let's see. I heard he received approximately $75,000.
Sending messages down wires or across airwaves, transmitting electrical sparks, was familiar to most electrical enthusiasts.
Stubblefield analogized the fence as the electromagnetic wave emitted from his electric ground batteries or existing telephone wires. As he jumped upon the fence, his body became part of the fence or the carrier for the sound waves leaving from his mouth. The feather represented the aerial that transmitted the electricity and sound that was being piggybacked by the fence. Tom's nose represented the microphone. The hum from his voice would then be converted to a stream of vibrating sound waves that would be attracted and converted into the electric current being emitted by the electric wires dangling in the air. The ingenious part of Nathan's radio was the detector that attracted the boy's electrons from the antenna or the feather on Tom's nose. On the receiving end, after someone would turn on the battery, the wireless telephone of the same kind would detect the electric sound waves. Inside the receiver, the sound waves would attach themselves to the detector, and the sounds could be heard through earphones or a speaker inside the ship, train, automobile, or a home, just like Stubblefield's patent said.